Demetrius AJ, and I'm here at Snack. Whenever I'm done having a tremendous day working out and I need to get a deep sleep, I go to ZMA.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the first face-off of this event. Let's bring both the champions to the middle of the stage. Champion versus champion for the face-off. World Championship hardware on the line in Las Vegas, Saturday, May 4th at We'll invite both fighters to face forward for the cameras. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we'll invite both of our champions to take their seats. We'll get this news conference started.
Gracias, gracias. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's always nice to be here in New York. On May 4th, 2019, Canelo Alvarez will fight Daniel Jacobs in a battle between the two best middleweights in the world. Canelo of Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, will defend his WBC, WBA world titles. Jacobs, the native of Brooklyn, New York, will defend his IBF middleweight world title. This fight is important because it will feature two world champions who will unify their titles to demonstrate who is the best at 160 pounds. This battle is also significant because it features two of the most resilient fighters in the history of the sport. With Canelo, we have a man who has been fighting as a professional since the age of 15. He is a warrior from humble beginnings who has fought the toughest fighters at 154 and 160 pounds. He also became one of a small list of 3-division Mexican world champions by defeating Rocky Fielding in the super middleweight division. With Jacobs, we have a champion who fought a battle tougher than one could ever imagine, as a rare form of cancer threatened his life. Jacobs showed how resilient and strong he is by coming back to win a world title not only once, but twice. Now he finds himself at the top of the sport, facing its biggest star. Another important thing I want to note is that the Lineal and Ring Magazine world title is on the line. The Ring Magazine belt has a spectacular history, especially at the middleweight division. The first person to hold the Ring title in the middleweight division was Marcel Thill in 1933. Thill is considered to be the best French boxer in any division. And then, many years later, my partner, Bernard Hopkins, unified all the middleweight titles to become the Lineal and Ring Magazine champion. Hopkins started a lineage that continued with Jermaine Taylor, Cali Pavlik, Sergio Martinez, Miguel Cotto, and now Canelo Alvarez. Canelo will be putting this Lineal and Ring Magazine world title on the line against Jacobs as he continues to make history as one of the best fighters in the history of Mexico. This fight will take place at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. So we want to thank our partners at T-Mobile Arena for hosting Canelo for the 5th time at such an exciting venue. Canelo introduced this arena to the sport of boxing, and it has become Canelo's home. Tickets for Canelo versus Jacob went on sale earlier this morning. They can be purchased over the phone or online at www.tmobilearena.com. They're obviously running out fast, so fans want to be able to purchase these tickets as soon as possible. Now, for fans that are going to be tuning in, the best part about this event is that it will be streamed live on DAZN. With DAZN, D-A-Z-N, you can watch anytime, anywhere, and it's only $9.99. Together with DAZN, we're committed to making boxing more accessible and affordable by giving fans the best fights without the price of pay-per-view. May 4 will be a historic night for Golden Boy, and we expect a great performance by our champion, Canelo Alvarez, as he delivers a great victory at the T-Mobile Arena and on DAZN. Gracias. Thank you.
First, I'd like to say, to Jacob and Canelo, thanks from the fans in Philly who wanted me to let you know that they appreciate both guys willing to risk everything that they work for the undisputed middleweight champion, the prestigious division that I've had a great 13 or 14 years of success. So again, I'm not gonna be long. Enjoy the fight, go to DAZN, and then just enjoy history. And I'm so glad that it's the middleweight division, and so surreal that now that I'm retired, I'm still in it in a way of history making from these two, and also as the business side of it. So thank you, and enjoy the fight. And look, we want to keep pushing it out. Now we got DAZN to keep showing you the best fights and make great fighters. Thank you.
New York, how you doing? Brooklyn, how you doing? Mexico, how you doing? Okay. Guys, just want to echo what Joe said earlier. This is an amazing moment for DAZN, and fight fans over here for a long time, you've been paying a lot of money for the super fights, and that's really about to change. The fight itself, we have to give a huge amount of credit and respect to Canelo and to Oscar and the team. They know about this fight. They know how tough this fight is, and I can just see a little bit of worry. I don't know, maybe, no. Bernard, no. Robert, these guys know more about boxing than I'll ever know, and they know about this fight. They know about this fight. But isn't it great that we have a super fight, Cinco de Mayo and T-Mobile? Isn't it great that we have a moment in the sport when two great champions can come together? Because I have to be honest, there were plenty of TV executives out there that told us this fight won't happen. There is no way Canelo and Golden Boy will fight Danny Jacobs. I think Danny even feared that himself. But for a long, long time, when we signed Daniel Jacobs, he has told me many, many times 3 special words. Bring me Canelo. And on May the 4th, he gets his chance. He gets his chance, not just to have a great story. We know the Daniel Jacobs story. It's incredible. One day it will go down as the greatest comeback story in the history of the sport. The man was told he may not live, he may not walk again, but he will certainly never fight again. He came back to win the World Middleweight Championship, and now he stands before you to be the unified Middleweight World Championship, the best fighter in the world, the Ring Magazine champion, all these things. But when I saw him fight Gennady Golovkin and that final bell went, I thought, wow, Jacobs has done it. Jacobs has done it. Jacobs has come back from cancer. He's come back from never fighting again, and he's done it. And I thought, I just believe the gods, although it was a close fight, the gods are going to give him this win. But they didn't, because they waited for this moment. They waited for this moment when he can go out on this platform against the very best in the world and create a legacy that will never, ever be forgotten in the sport of boxing. And I've never been so confident in a 50-50 fight, because that's what this is. Because I believe that this young man walks with faith. And I believe that on May the 4th, he will become the unified middleweight champion of the world. Fate is a wonderful thing. But when you combine it with talent, it goes a long way. And for my Mexican friends, I was in Tijuana at the weekend. What a place. What a place. La Chona, my favorite song. True story. And Cinco de Mayo is such a wonderful weekend of celebration for you great people. Not this year. Not this year. I wish both of you the best of luck my heart, my head is with this young man, the best middleweight on the planet. And on May the 4th, you will get a night and a show you will never forget. Thank you, and God bless. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. First off, I want to tell you, these two young men are two of my favorite fighters, but my son is my favorite fighter. And we're going to work very hard so that when May 4th arrives, come the toll of the last shot in this fight, the hand that'll be raised will be Daniel, the Miracle Man Jacobs. He's an astute student, and he's hungry to show the world just how special he is. You all know the story, but we're not talking about the story now. He has done what no other man has done, and as our moniker goes, he fears no man. He has no need to. He's been anointed as elite, and come May 4th, Daniel, the Miracle Man Jacobs, will be the undisputed middleweight champion of the world. Thank you very much.
¿Qué tal? Buenas tardes, Nueva York.
Good afternoon, New York.
Contentos de estar nuevamente aquí después de que Saúl en diciembre conquistara el Madison Square Garden y lograra su tercer título mundial. Regresamos nuevamente ahora para anunciarles el próximo reto de Saúl.
Very happy to be back in New York, where in December,
Y justamente
Canelo conquered a new division and won the title. And now we're back here in New York to announce his next fight.
Y justamente contra un rival de aquí, de Brooklyn. Y bueno, pues creo que esta pelea es la pelea que quiere ver la afición. Dos grandes peleadores que se van a enfrentar el próximo 4 de mayo. Y cuando se enfrentan dos grandes peleadores, lo que se espera es una gran pelea. Así que el próximo 4 de mayo van a ver ustedes una gran pelea. Saúl, el Canelo Álvarez, nació para grandes retos y para vencer esos grandes retos. Gracias.
And what better way to announce it in New York against a native from New York and a great champion like Daniel Jacobs. On May 4th, we promise, when you have two great fighters, it's only relative you're going to get a great fight. Saul was born for these challenges, was born for big challenges. On May 4th won't be the exception. Thank you very much.
Buenos días, o qué son tardes.
Good morning or good afternoon.
Pues muchas gracias a todos los que están aquí presentes, que siempre vienen a apoyarnos.
Thank you to everyone who's here and that always come out to support us and show us love.
Muchas gracias a Golden Boy,
Thanks to Golden
de
Boy,
la Olla, al señor Eddie Hearn,
Oscar, and Eddie,
a los manejadores de Jacobs por hacer posible esta gran pelea.
to Team Jacobs for making this possible, to make this great fight.
Después de Canelo, el mejor peso medio está aquí, que es Daniel Jacobs.
And after Canelo, the next best middleweight is Daniel Jacobs.
Entonces sabemos que va a ser una pelea muy fuerte. Jacobs es un tremendo boxeador con muchísimas cualidades, nosotros lo sabemos.
And we know that Jacobs, what he brings and how talented and all the qualities he has and how tough a fight, we know that.
Pero este año queremos nosotros barrer la división y Daniel Jacobs pues va a tener que perder para
But this
lograr el objetivo.
year, we want to sweep the middleweight division. And sorry, Daniel Jacobs is in the way. He's going to have to lose.
No nos va a quedar más que prepararnos como siempre y ese día el 4 de mayo pues salir con la mano en alto y dar el otro paso y esperar al siguiente campeón, y como les decimos, vamos a barrer a los 160 este año y vamos a prepararnos muy fuerte.
And we're going to do what we always do. Prepare strong, prepare properly, no shortcuts, win this fight, and prepare ourselves for the next champion. Because like I said, 2019, we're sweeping the division.
Muchas gracias a todos y suscríbanse a DAZN. Muchas
And thank
gracias.
you. And don't forget, subscribe to the Zone.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you guys. New York. Viva Brooklyn and Viva Mexico, eh? Hey, I just want to say much respect to everyone for being here. Ultimately, much respect to Golden Boy and Canelo for accepting this fight. You're a true champion, and stepping in with another champion says a lot. So I take my hat off to you, but I'm looking for a tremendous fight for the fans. This fight is for the fans. Obviously, our legacy is on the line. He's already well established. So for me, it's about capturing the titles, all the titles, to claim my legacy in my own right. I'm from Brooklyn, Brownsville, New York. I never, ever, ever, ever had it easy. I've always had the long road. I always had to jump over hurdles after hurdle after hurdle. But when I step in that ring, May 4th, that would be the last hurdle that I would have to step in, because I would declare myself the middleweight champ, the best fighter in the world of my division. I have my team to thank: Andre Rozier, Keith Connolly, my trainer up in heaven, Victor Roundtree, who couldn't be here today, all my staff, Scooty Scoot, Chris, Coach. I love all you guys. We have worked so hard for this moment. And I'm going to tell you one thing. It's not going to be a moment that I take for granted. I'm going to make sure that I put my best foot forward. So all of you fans, whether you're going for Canelo or whether you're going for me, that all you fans can enjoy this fight, because we both stepped up to the plate. We both know what this means. So I'm looking forward to it all. This is very exciting for me. But at the end of the day, I know what matters most, and that's making sure you guys are pleased. So big ups to the fan. Make sure you guys watch this fight. $10 for the zones to describe. I'll see you guys May 4th. Thank you.
Bueno, primero que nada, quiero agradecerle a todos ustedes, a cada uno de ustedes por estar aquí y por siempre apoyarme en mi carrera. Estoy muy agradecido, muy orgulloso de representar a mi país.
First and foremost, I want to thank you. Thank you all for being here, for always supporting me. And I'm very honored. I'm always honored to represent my country.
Gracias a Dizon, Golden Boy, Canelo Team. Gracias por siempre estar a mi lado y apoyándome.
I want to thank the Zone, I want to thank Golden Boy, and I want to thank my team, Canelo Team, for always supporting me.
Siempre me gustan los retos. Hoy tenemos un gran reto enfrente, que es Daniel Jacobs. Sabemos la capacidad que tiene, sabemos las habilidades que tiene. Es un gran peleador, un peleador que sabe manejarse muy bien arriba del cuadrilátero.
I've always liked challenges, and this is not an exception. We know what Daniel Jacobs brings, his ability, his qualities, his talent. He knows how to move well in the ring.
Y nos vamos a preparar como siempre. Haremos una gran preparación con la responsabilidad que siempre asumimos, para salir con la mano en alto, obviamente, el 4 de mayo y brindarle más que nada a la gente una gran pelea y que disfruten de grandes peleas.
And we'll do what we always do, prepare ourselves to the fullest to give the fans a great fight. This is not going to be an exception. It's going to be a great fight, and we're going to come out with our hand raised.
Muchas gracias a todos y nos vemos el 4 de mayo.
Thank you to everybody, and we'll see you all there, May 4th.
Couple of quick questions for the fighters. Daniel, we'll start with you. A lot of fighters have said they're going to beat Canelo Alvarez, but in 53 fights, only one man has managed to do it. How specifically can you beat Canelo Alvarez on May the 4th?
Well, you say that if you understand that boxing styles make fights, it's no way that you can automatically think because he defeated Golovkin that he'll defeat me. I'm a totally different animal. I possess a totally different threat. Physically, I'm the bigger man. Golovkin was bigger than him, and I'm bigger than Golovkin. So that's more of a threat to Canelo that he's ever seen. And Rocky Fielding was the biggest fighter that he ever faced, but Rocky Fielding didn't possess the skill set that I have. So that's the difference.
Canelo, my broadcast partner on DAZN, Sergio Mora, said when he fought Daniel Jacobs, he was in awe of just how big he was on fight night when he stepped into the ropes. How do you plan to beat a man that's going to be much bigger than you?
No, es obviamente, va a ser una pelea difícil, eso lo tenemos bien claro, va a ser una pelea muy difícil, su estilo es un estilo complicado, pero creo que en estos niveles y la experiencia que tengo puedo adaptarme a lo que sea. Me voy a preparar para ganar esta pelea y sabemos que tenemos un rival difícil, pero puedo adaptarme a cualquier cosa, así que estoy listo para cualquier estilo que venga a poner en la mesa Daniel Jacobs y estamos listos para ganar el 4 de mayo.
No, we know his style is going to be very difficult, very complicated. But at this level, that's what you have to face. Those styles, all the different styles, and this level of fighters. We're prepared, we're going to train, we're going to work for whatever he can bring so that on May 4th, once again, my hand is raised.
Daniel, you mentioned you fought Triple G. In your opinion, what's the tougher fight, Gennady Golovkin or the man to your right?
Well, we have yet to see, but I'm going to make sure that I train to face the best Canelo that we have yet to see. So that's the respect that I give, and making sure that I prep 100% accordingly so that there's no stone unturned and that I can put my best foot forward.
And Canelo, in your last fight, you went up to 168 pounds. Now you're fighting Daniel Jacobs. A lot of people thought that fight might go the distance, but you blitzed him right out of there. Do you think that you can knock out Daniel Jacobs?
Bueno, en el boxeo todo puede suceder, obviamente, knockout siempre está a la puerta, pero nosotros siempre nos preparamos para los 12 asaltos, ¿no? Y obviamente salimos a buscar el knockout, pero si no, estaremos listos para cualquier cosa, ¿no? Creo que cualquier cosa que se tenga que hacer en el cuadrilátero estaremos listos.
No, you know, in boxing, obviously anything could happen. We go in there looking for the knockout, but prepared for the 12 rounds and expecting the unexpected. We're ready for it.
Well, that will conclude this stop here in New York City. From here, the gentlemen go to Mexico City and then wrap up their 3-city press tour in Los Angeles. And you can buy tickets right now, May 4th, T-Mobile Arena, AXS.com. One more time, give it up for Daniel Jacobs and for Canelo Alvarez. Thank you, everybody. See you later, New York.